Time to talk about those deep sleepers. And we did look at the list one more time and realized some of these guys might go late middle rounds, but they're still going to go late in drafts. These are guys that, could definitely outperform where they're getting drafted. So Brent, hit us off.
I'm going to start off with McRoberts. He's now on the Heat. When they got him, they were hoping they would entice him with LeBron to stay. I don't know why McRoberts would be the reason why. But he is a pretty solid player. And actually last year in Charlotte, the offense kind of ran through him. And you could see that with, close to 10 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, gives you a steal, gives you over 3 a game. So he's, just solid across the board. He's a great late round guy to just fill up the rest of your stats.
First guy I want to talk about is Bargnani with the Knicks. He really doesn't have much competition out there when it comes to minutes. I mean, Stoudemire is just a shell of himself at this point. He's not going to really creep in on his minutes. And Bargnani, I love getting threes from my big guys. It's always a nice plus. Give me a handful of rebounds and a 3 a game from my big man, and I'm happy.
All right, next one I got is, as Dustin was alluding to, maybe more of a mid-round guy, but in some sites he's ranked very, very low, oddly, and in some it's almost too high, but that's Gerald Green. This guy really had a good campaign last year, over 16 points and 2.5 threes a game in that Phoenix up-and-down offense. He's a nice, solid middle-round guy, and based on, check the pre-rankings of your league that you're playing in and see where he's ranked. If he's very low, then you target him. If he's way too high, then you don't.
Next guy is Gallinari. Now,
I love him.
The preseason reports are really going to kind of dictate where he gets drafted because all signs are pointing to him probably being ready for the regular season, but they're not just going to throw him right back in there and have him playing 30-plus minutes a game. He's probably going to get eased into it a little bit. They do have some depth at that position, so they're not going to really feel like they have to have him out there for 35 minutes a game. So keep that in mind. First month of the year, he might get eased into it, but if he gets fully healthy and starts doing what we know he can do, he's going to be a steal for where he's getting drafted.
Next one I got is Tony Wroten of the Philadelphia 76ers. He should be the starting 2, which finally he'll get some minutes. Whenever he got minutes last year, when Carter Williams, was a little banged up at times, he played great. Last year, even on not a starting minute role, 13, 3-3 as a starter, 15, 5-5 is very realistic, and you can get him very late in drafts.
I loved having him last year. I think he's on my squad for a little while. Ernie Sims is the next guy I want to talk about. Now, this is a big
Henry Sims. My God.
I do that every time.
I don't know why I think this guy's name's Ernie.
Sims. I see the E first, and it's just Henry Sims. I really like this guy. He's a youngster.
You love this guy.
That's the weird thing. I love him. I can't say his name for some reason. He's good, and I do think we don't really know what his full ceiling is yet. He's in a great situation where he's going to get a ton of minutes. Noel's out there as well. We'll see if he creeps in on his rebounds a little bit, but I don't think he's anyone you need to worry about. Sims is going to be playing a ton of minutes. I think his numbers continue to go up.
And the reason Dustin fell in love, check his game log towards the end of last year.
It's pretty good.
It's incredible. All right, I got DeMarre Carroll, Atlanta Hawks. I talked about him in our ranking show. Atlanta Hawks guys that start play 30-plus minutes, plain and simple. If you do that, you're going to get stuffed. DeMarre Carroll is this is such a bad, poor man's version of the Matrix from years ago. He's going to get you stuff across the board, but at a much, much lower rate. Deep leagues, he's got to be owned, however.
Avery Bradley is the next person I want to talk about. Brent said he doesn't like the cut of his jib.
I don't like the cut of his jib.
But I do like the cut of his jib. And there's one thing that I look for with my late sleepers are guys that have gotten better every year in their league, or every year they've been in the league, and that's the deal with Bradley. Every year he's been in the league, his numbers have gotten better. He's in a great spot for minutes. I think he'll get minutes this year, and I think his numbers will keep getting better. There's a report that's saying he's going to take more of a leadership role. I put a little bit of stock into those reports. It just makes me feel good that he's got a good head on his shoulders to a point, and I think his numbers continue to go up.
My last one's Stuckey. Somebody's got to score in Indiana. Stuckey's now moved over to there. I think he has a career year. He's going to get a ton of shots. I think Indiana, unfortunately, is going to go way down this year. I think they're going to struggle to make the playoffs even. But Stuckey on a bad team, a lot of shots, a lot of threes. And if your league counts free throws made, as Dustin always says, Stuckey's a sneaky guy to get 4 to 5 a game.
Round 4.
Round 4.
Round 4 game. Jared Jack's the last guy we're going to talk about. Always been a big Jared Jack fan. When he plays, now, okay, he might not be the best real NBA player, but when he's out on the court, he fills up stats for you. He's a good fantasy player. He's with the Nets now. I don't think he's going to be playing 30 minutes a game, but I think he consistently will be playing around 25 minutes, and that's going to be enough minutes for him to be relevant. Snag him late.
All right, so check out all of our other shows and videos. We have the rankings. Go on to the site, ask any questions on FantasySmackTalk.com. Click into our forums. Follow us on Twitter at Fantasy Advice. Like us on Facebook. Click on Google+.
Subscribe on YouTube.
Subscribe on YouTube. Join FanDuel using the code FST2014. Man, we do a lot of things.
Busy, busy, busy. If you like what you saw, then check out some of our other videos and subscribe to our channel.